Today na Tuesday inside another edition of we program Morning Coffee where they come to you live from Salem Broadcasting Corporation, FM 99.9 at Freetown and same so regional partner community radio station with the all link inside the program as always. Morning Coffee, they bring you news and other things that will happen all about the country or they bring them to your doorstep for make yourself know within everything they carry on. For today's program again, me and one of our presenter them. Amina Mohammed Simbi Koma and I join the company program.
Minister Mataba, good morning. Welcome to this edition of the program Morning Coffee. We sense what they say. When you see Christmas laugh, you don't see something funny. Inside the program, Silent Teachers Union don't raise the alarm on the non-payment of what they call subsidies the government be promised in September. We will talk to the Silent Teachers Union in the Ministry of Education. President Bio, as leader for the SLPP party, inside and party in 65 anniversary, don't talk about leadership and who that will succeed them. Leader of the opposition at parliament, Honorable Abubakar Bodo writes to President Bio on waiting you see the growing international drug trafficking with the link salon. All the story and more, plus your message, we will send to 034 100 333 and 034 100 444. You will also leave a comment on our Facebook page on SLBC Radio 99.9 FM. The new Facebook page again, Magovara, na SLBC Radio 99.9 FM at the new pitch now and then now. We will get morning coffee and other radio programs on SLBC.
Alright, today starts this morning from Kenama District. Hundreds of people every day in Kenama District and same with some stakeholder them. They don't go now one place where they call Dodo Chiefdom where they go witness one declaration of 5 aspirants then where they come up for the seat of Paramount Chief. They say that declaration they get some tension where security forces then become around for manage the situation. We come here as a family by the witness that declaration and later be talk to the provincial secretary Eastern Alfred Lai and also one of the assessor chief them we na PC Abudurahmani Bokari Soloko and other people where they are on. If you talk to them inside this interview.
Together with the resident minister, senior district officer, and even the mayor of Kenema City, because now in chiefdom. We also want for like chief immigration officer there with we, but it be very busy. So we go set to that matter because the paramount chief will sack the speaker unceremoniously. Then we go now after all deliberations we reinstate. The second one was we recently get before this one, we recently get an engagement with the Jaguan people because then also we can't do elections in there. But a lot of issues in there we don't engage them now, yeah. We also get for go day together with the SM minister for engage them again at the ground. Now the recent one, Dodo on the 9th, we will go there for do paramount chieftaincy declaration. We go there. I mean, there is provincial secretary where I be the person we handle that one day. The senior district officer being there, the regional elections officer being there, the district elections officer being there, and a host of other dignitaries.
What's really been go through Natodo now that when I go for declaration? How many people they be come out?
Well, we been get 5 aspirants we want vie for that position there. One, Bobo Bondo Samuka of the Bai House. We get Sulaiman Faba Bakra of Bakra House. We get Mohammed Karim Debai of the Bai House. We get Francis Gina Madak Debai. And you get Musa Junisa Jula. Now then 5 been do the declaration. At the end of it all, after they don't explain, we don't ask questions because I been get 2 assessorships with me. One was PC Larissa Bojon of Fangawa, the 4th of Wando Chidom, and then the PC Abudurahmani Bokari Soluku, the 4th of Toli Chidom Kono District. So after we don't interrogate them, we don't ask questions, the public don't ask, we instead we ask the public, then confirm. Each one of them, we declare, we ask questions, we even the public refer to them for a test you write to that chieftaincy. So after all that, we get 4 candidates who qualify. You get Musa Junisa Jula, Francis Kinamada Gebai, Mohammed Karim Gebai, Sulaiman Faba Bakra, where the fifth one been disqualified because of some technical reasons, and in order to convince the panel as to how they really get access to that truth. So therefore, we disqualify that now. Bobo Undo Samuka Gebai.
How the tempo begin to do during their kind activities then where thousands of people that normally did.
It been so tense because every one of these candidates been get Boku supporters, and they all been anxious for say the candidate get boxed. But your chieftaincy, it gets some rules and regulations, and we say we follow the chieftaincy act through that, by that, and the laws of this country. So by that, they not be able to qualify. But really, the people will be very happy after all because the process was free and fair.
And when would expect the election
Welcome,
itself?
my darling.
According to the date, the election for be on the 23rd of this month.
Okay, before you dey accommodate as head of the region, whose advice be to the people in that area?
Well, the first thing I tell them, say, we don't do the declaration, we don't know. But we not keep the peace of this chiefdom. Let nobody, one of the candidates and with them get box. Let nobody intimidate another candidate in supporters. We not all work because this chiefdom not a family. We not all work amicably for keep the peace of this chiefdom. The man said we not get the box. Make in people they not raise any alarm on that because we not all see the process how it been go. It been very free and fair, so we don't want any confusion again for happen before we come for the election.
What now you advise to the nation other side of the municipality to?
Well, I just say any chieftaincy election, you get people that will go win, you got people that will go lost. Then one will lost, and they not take the law into their hands. If they dissatisfied with the process after the elections, something they for do, they know. You go to court, you do this, but we're not going to go to that level because from the declaration process, if you be there, they all go know. If it's free and fair, honestly, they go know. So no need when somebody go, one person go don't win, then raise alarm on that. So not the same advice I give other regions that when there is election, let it be free and fair and peaceful.
I also get into the assessor chief when I handle the affair with everything and with jubilation dance. Chief, whose magic you play?
Me na Primary Chief Abu Rahman Bokar called the fifth of first chief Damkona district. I don't know the first magic and for make I talk to the people then make you understand say in a war you are going for two things. You either win or then win you. Number two, we make sure that the experience and dance tell them say what in the reason we not what now. And for develop don't know say yes. If you don't get, you don't help you coming for develop don't know say I go help them. So we talk to them in such a way. The only way they talk, we ask them their connections. Because the whole thing about them is the Fakai, Faba, them all go into pan one because they are the great grandfathers. So the other way they be able to establish a relationship, we give them box. The other way for establish a relationship, we tell them really you have a right to be a citizen of Lulu, but you don't get the right for making rule Lulu. So I think in my absence, I don't know, but I most they were a bit very peaceful because they all send greetings to me, take my number, tell me about Okutenki, and I hope election time we will still continue for very.
In one of the assessor chiefdom, we in a PC Abu Ramani Bokai Soloko of Toli Chiefdom Kono District, and before we the provincial safety in the East Africa, we only talk about one paramount chief declaration. We take another story inside the program, one long-standing concern we don't deal between interreligious bodies, especially the Christian them way, and we get some misunderstanding with some woman traditional and cultural practice where them call Kindle, where they say normally this dey happen Sunday and in the Hamburg church service and other things that we Christians then can do during that period. Because of that, some misunderstanding we don't they come. So for settle that misunderstanding, the resident minister we na just to Jaka Gobe, they don't make for let them push that time from Sunday to Saturday. So Christian will get time for do them activity. Then we talk to young Prince Musa and same way so Prince Musa we talk to pastors and civil society regarding that particular decision.
Then a very grateful day to we. One for saying thank God for everything else. One for tell God thank you for the rest minister that this Sunday that we finally return back to the Christian then. No more the woman that go use that day. They don't go to this one for tell God thank you. We are happy for such a move.
So what's in your message today? Is there a membership of Christianity?
Well, one for tell all the body of Christ that can Malay no say this say it don't settle finally Kingdom come every Sunday and we get now. So one for tell God thank you. Let everybody tell God thank you. I also love to tell God thank you for the rest minister for such move we make that.
Program today?
Yeah, Mina Pastor Saleh Atiyamaha from Faith Bible Church, one of the KCPC member body of Christ.
How you look at this particular engagement around
Well,
this
this
issue?
one, now this to the try for expert, now this region, now this star, yeah, for peace, unity, now the region.
The civil society now, the Eastern region, now this particular engagement, back and forth today, what do you take on this particular?
I think it is good because I don't say this one they bring misunderstanding between the woman and the Christians. Well, we don't reach an agreement that instead of Sunday, let it be on Saturday now. You see, so now that so that it's not gonna be Friday for among the Muslims, it's not gonna be Sunday for among the Christians, but on a Saturday, even though some school of thought say other people like the way they worship on that day, but then they in severe minority. So now that's not the issue. So I think it is okay. We now try at least we try for see what we will do for coming years.
As Eastern region, Mina the regional minister, Honorable Bishop Jakago. Within this afternoon, a lot of concern between the Christian people, the religious people, when are the Christianity and the Sui, then Kenema. You know, the Sui they can get a time where they can come on, they can take over Kenema Township, where now they use tradition, they can do any 2 years or any 1 year, after 1 year, the other year, they can do. So the past time with the drum year before last, it creates serious problem. And the drum always Sunday. Sunday is a time, is a date which Christian people then they go church. They show them to come off from 5 o'clock till 12 o'clock. We don't look at and say Kenema, na city, na provincial headquarters. You know, but more when a Sunday it embarrass the Christian people. That violence be done in that comment and what could be done in people that in our radio, social media talk a lot and people they grumble. So the church people them come to me the other time, who know him. So me said we talk to them, I say by God in power, if I leave at this office for the next 1 year, me administration will make sure say we change the state because they saw they say over 40 years now this Sunday that they come on and no one they change. So what me say don't do they on preparation again for come on in 2 weeks time. So I invite the provincial administration when at the PROSEC we hold meeting at PROSEC level. We don't take a regulation say yes now mama them, but let we call them and talk to them, let them see reason. So I invited them 3 days ago along with the Plama chief, traditional heads them, interreligious council, and all the pastors them within the township and the imam them. They come, I present that to the Mami Queen, they say, and show them clear this Sunday. Me not go in position for condemn society and me not society person. Me say born a Plama chief house. I say, but we want for change this date, the Sunday to Saturday. Because we not go even allow una for come on Monday. Because Monday a public day, people they get for work, bank the work, other things there. And Friday, una not they come on Friday because Friday na Muslim day. But Christian they look at and say, why una not they come on Friday, only Sunday? So that inconvenience is done to the Christianity. I say, so I talk to them for let us see reason. Well, they tell me thank you for that kind respect I give them.
So they be say they not go left Yana now the answer, but they will engage the team, the people them with them in the work. So they give me 3 days and wait till the Monday 9 the for Kaname office for can give response. So myself, I not do one, I not do two. Before they go, I call them personally again. I convince them for let not fail. And when they come today, it's a very good news. They don't accept say yes for the kind of respect we I give them. Although it's a tradition and culture, but they don't agree for put the date by Sunday for go up to Saturday, and that creates good news. The church people there was overjoyed. We began over 50 pastors today where they can on this meeting from various churches. They sing, they say, tell God, thank you, they bless me and me, I'm Stacy Wing, where we connect for do this. They bless the show with them, they bless the plumber chief. So this creates peace and stability. After that, the acts against it is not culture and tradition. You know, minister. And this kind of respect we give you know, use power. Now, Bible, you don't buy Bible, we don't understand what the other people want. We want happiness, not for inconvenience, other people then. So, but it need traditional cost. So, but me says that same respect, I take and give them, I take 1,000 euro and 1 million euro, give the plumber chief within the custodian as a young tradition cost. Then I take 5 million euros, give the plumber chief for let give the mommy queen, reach to the show with them as a mean the minister. Anytime I support them. And I don't assure them say, what is the agree for me they change that date? They don't choose 23rd where it will be Saturday. We will give them support, the police, the military, they will always give female security to them, and I don't assure them say that will happen. Now culture, now tradition. For the father, they give that respect for left Sunday and can Saturday, we will continue for giving that support. So in million leadership, things where we don't do over 40 years, where they create conflict, and anytime that Sunday, where this devil, this woman tradition, them will they come on. It is a serious problem. Switch on all journalists and radio to radio. If I remember the last time, one journalist or one pastor, every day pray, he said that thing we don't do. He said, in the give 4 days, the primary chief will die. In the give 4 days, the woman and they die. So you see the kind, tension, and you see the kind feeling where the Christianity be feel. So I want to tell God, thank you for what inspire me. A million time office as resident minister, when people that don't do for me, they don't change this state. Finally, from Sunday to Saturday, this is not going to let them down. Nadana and the club.
Alright, that's now the resident minister East. We introduced Jaka Gobe. They talk about one settlement where they settle some Christians them and also some traditional society where they say then they hold the engagement on Sunday and then they disturb the Christian them. So say they don't push them now to Saturday, so everybody go about normal business. We still continue to look at the outcome of the national primary school examination at the NPSC will be done. And then we see waiting the happen there as we don't carry out news since yesterday concerning the outcome. We get to man at the far side way in Afalaba and Konadugu district, making give you update of waiting the happen. Greetings and welcome to Morning Coffee, Stephen Abdulaji Bela.
Alright, thank you very much for having me. Currently, as I speak, Adi is Kabalata, and the report for the outcome of the National Primary School Examination for Konadugu district this time. 2025-2026 NPSC examinations will be held on the 9th of this month, 2026. Inside Konadugu, according to information gathered from the Deputy Director of Education, Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School, then we get the total number of students grade about 3,939 candidates who will receive to the examination. By disaggregation, we get to 1,902 students and we get 2,035 young students we then point out to the examination. This is across for 4 exams in this particular academic year. Then we get 18 centers, but then we add another 2 going run up to 20 centers then cut across the district. Before the NPSC, the national primary school health teachers Council of Head Teachers, they will conduct mock final for picking them for letting test them bring in terms of the National Examination Council. Then also they will allocate our patronage then at the various centers and foresee and observe the examination that before that time they will do that. Then they will conduct several engagements at schools and even including the community people then in relation to the examination. And if we carry on for say, one of the success stories where it be tell beyond them, meaning the parents then they really get high cooperation and support towards the examination, especially the children where then support them during the examination. They get maximum cooperation from the parent then with this one they will go down well with them there as they as ministry, they will see that as one of the big support to the parent and always to the beginning before, during, after, during the examination. This is one of the challenges then we the really facing. Now the late arrival of sensitive materials for the examination, we come up from why that are one of the biggest challenges we the facing. And some centers then we they really far we have to reach the measures on community like care, the cool and culture and to name a few the information some other one. It's one of the other challenges we the ministry is facing now. No availability of funds. Money not they don't get covered. As the ministry they get funding for the local council own source with not the bulk funds. From last year up to this time, they not get no funding for letting go run the ministry. Recommendation we Mr. Conte he talk to me with say the one for appeal to why for let them go to bring the sensitive material into time because if the sensitive material they can't let sometimes it can look down the spirit of picking them where they don't prepare the mindset for go for the examination compared to like who be the selective material they can already 7 o'clock examination they start. By then time 7 o'clock examination, but sometimes some area the examination they start then 10, 11, 12, and they all the picking the spirit of the picking them, especially when a young picking them when they go for national examination. They say also the provisions, one of the recommendation, provision of funds for run the administration of the ministry. They will allow some recommendation and they say. So these are just the putting the from inside the NPSC update where I just the share from them.
All right, thanks very much for getting this morning to Abdullah Juwela. All right, that's our man Stephen. We actually don't give you updates on how so far the outcome they don't look like inside the NPSC exam. As we know, see the exam they don't done. Also, we check with man again. We not just ask a Petticoy. We instead they corner. Let instead give you updates on how the NPSC will look like as it stand by. Good morning, Petticoy. Okay, we still try forget. Good morning, Petticoy. Yes, so how the NPSC self been look like na Konodi State?
Thank you very much. When in the Konodi State, the NPSC examination 40 centers
Okay.
and 9,766 candidates attend this examination. When the ministry now provide so because they be worried and due to the engagement away, we cannot be dissatisfied as to how many girls there were, how many boys there were. However, the examination will go on successfully, even though before the examination and everywhere in town, we actually most of the beginners when they access the center, it's been very difficult. But they be able to access the center before the examination will start. And the other one is the way we talk to monitors and when we pay the supervisor of them, say the scanning will send, everything is set for making the center day. And among them, then of course, then a school a day where attempts for many teach this examination. There are 2 schools a day where the information not being done according to the information they send at the wire portal. That not the regular school but they allow the students to make the examinations, however.
Alright, one of the challenges that we can happen normally in exam malpractice, how it will look like during the examination time. You get any report of things like that?
No, when we don't get any report of examination malpractice, we talk to some of the monitors. We can do like one of the students so they involve some key stakeholders, them, the media, councillors there, and other people where they involved as part of the education committee, money that correct, for them monitor the examination for ensure calmness and for ensure no that about the studies and examination. And also the security set a day for them to be able to monitor the exam. So we don't get any reports of the examination malpractice or whatsoever. But before the examination, then the assembly begin an discussion, they talk to them on the do's and don'ts of the examination and how they to apply the TF calmly, because these are the first entrance and public examination where the transition begin from primary to junior secondary school. So because of that, when they begin and become Friday, they are not afraid of examination, we talk to them and discussion, encourage them, when they concentrate, they let them become, when they will see the examination. One of the key ways they tell me, so the monitors they tell me that, and therefore they take the beginning, for them understand how the process is, because most of the beginning, for them teach men for shade every part of the day, most of them depend on pain, especially beginning with a far to reach areas.
Alright, plenty thank you just for critical Wiman Nakono for giving the report to for the outcome of the NPSC.
All right, still with education, aside of the NPSC, we'll move on now to lead headlines this morning. Get to do state school fees subsidy and teacher welfare with the Sierra Leone Teachers Union to a press release for issue for remind stakeholders, especially the Ministry of Basic Education, when at their own parents' body. For more on that, we get the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki. Good morning, Conrad. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Pambula.
I also get the Regional Secretary for Western Region for Sierra Leone Teachers Union, Rina Fudi Kuyate. Mr. Kuyate, good morning. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. Listeners, good morning.
All right, so I'll start with you, Mr. Kuyate.
Yeah.
For many people, school fee subsidy, people like they couldn't say fuel radio tape. You don't talk, and for many people, like like where they don't turn up for you, but and the last thing we'll get you say the office of the vice president in kind sign, see how. So there was hope. Waiting go on down the line that on for remind again the stakeholders here about this school fee subsidy.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad you the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education in September. Usually we can get problem, and I will direct the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. By law, we're not supposed to write Vice President and the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School. We can write in connection with teacher issues, school fees subsidies, because the ministry is directly responsible. But the minister there, several times we can write or remind about the payment, the prompt payment of school fees subsidies. It's doing very well at that ministry. We can order the officers there at the ministries and put the data together of the schools who then for pay, the amount of students for people, and they can stand out on time to the Ministry of Finance. But not to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School for pay. They can do the documentation. Still at the Ministry of Finance. The problem lies with the Ministry of Finance. Because when basic education don't do all the data, they don't collect, they don't send everything. Where we can go, we can come to the minister. Minister, what is happening with school fees subsidies? They can tell we say they don't spend everything with the Ministry of Finance. We say, okay, Minister, we are going to the Ministry of Finance now for find out why the delay. When at times we can go to the Ministry of Finance, they can tell we say money no delay. So frustrating. And any cities since 2018, who is Excellency the President, who claimed the free quality education in this country. The only time where they pay school fees subsidy on time, promptly, was that very year in 2018. After 2018, we have always had backlog of school fees subsidies. That matter, then school fees subsidy, they get what we use at the schools. That they take for make furniture. If furniture not in our schools, because every year they pay the furniture there. If their school fees subsidy, they no deal for make the furniture. Then pick your negotiation are grown. And it's not good for education system in this country. Now they provide wash facilities. Some schools in up the hills, they don't get wash facilities. We all know Freetown and other parts of the country. Wash facilities are big thing. It is out of the school fee subsidy. The schools in the use them, get them water bouncer, get water go to the schools. For sanitation purposes, teaching and learning material. Look, Minister Lina, we don't remind them the last when we get the last strike action, September last year, 2025. Understand? We remind them that their school that is teaching and learning material for the schools. Ministry supposed to supply teaching and learning materials to the schools. But for the past 3 years, they have not done that. They have not done that.
So how don't they manage for get along with all of
Well,
them?
fine. That's a very good question. Well, for example, you get for provide teach when they talk about teaching and learning material, you get for provide chalk, you get for provide register, you get for provide report cards, and many other things. Now the schools, then the principals and the head teachers, now they go to suppliers, stationery shops for good trust. Understand? Sometimes they need trust, they pass them go to lend money for good landing. It undermines the educational system of this country. The last one who go meet the minister and say, well, we don't get some contractors so they for supply teaching and learning material. That was last year. They say about 3 months to be supplied. Now 2022 they ban also. Those teaching and learning materials have still not been supplied to the schools. Up country, we get teachers they are not on PIN code. It is out of this school subsidy. The principals they manage. They may manage for giving stipend, not to salary you, not to even allowance you, like stipend for no more than keep the school system going. Because a lot of the teachers up country, believe in me, they are not on government payroll. And they are teaching in government and government assisted schools. These are some of the uses of the school fee subsidies. Now make SNTU, and it affects the teacher directly. How do they affect the teacher? Because the teacher in condition of service. This NTR, all them provisions here for day. All for day. Now make we as SNTU concerned about the school fee subsidies. If you don't need the teacher need to perform well in the classroom. And let me say this. Now, last year, we have to, the vice president had to intervene. We won't let me like that one day. And even though we asked for school fee subsidies, there were other outstanding issues where a committee was formed at the vice president office. Samata, since we gather inaugural ceremony from that committee, not one tail don't get meeting of that committee. And that committee, other outstanding issues, and they where the ministry of Basic and Secondary is part of that committee. The Ministry of Finance is part of that committee. The Teaching Service Committee should be part of that committee. SLTU and other stakeholders. Because other outstanding issues, then we will never for address.
They're putting them.
Well, fine. Number one, we will address the issue of promotion, reassessment and promotion of teachers. Some matter they get teachers and they retire now. Understand? They retire now, they pay them the old salary scale. It affects their retirement benefits. Because every year I forget incremental point. Understand? They will not address it. Another turning issue for address are these teaching and learning materials. We are talking also. Because the committee for sit down and see how best government can come for the teaching and learning materials. Another issue for address is the issue of the verification of teachers. The last verifications, what they do, it was a mess. How has it a mess? They go verify. I think the World Bank give the money to TSC. They go verify. During the verification, a lot of teachers there, when they go to the schools, they verify them, they still have the name there out. That get for take another time, 3-4 months for bringing the teacher there on board. And the teacher have evidences for say they go verify me, but they pull me name out of this payroll voucher. It was a good idea to verify teachers so that we get the correct number of teachers in this country. In fact, when the teacher they don't go verify, they left the name, or they can't verify. Teachers they out, they don't go for verify, they all join again for go verify. It wasn't so successful. Understand? So for Sidona committee for look at that verification and see what went wrong. And I will get the total number of teachers in the classroom and see how we address the issues. Understand? So these are some of the outstanding issues then we will for address, we will not for address. Now he make this time go, we write letter to the vice president for intervention because the last time he did a very good job. So when we go on strike that very weekday, he make sure see they pay the backlog salaries. Understand? And we believe see this time again, if we write to them, they will intervene. Yeah, nearly 2 months from now, schools will close down for the long vacation. And if we wait for 2 months from now, they not pay the school fees of that they not pay for second term and third term. But let me say this. I want to commend the ministry because they were able to pay for the senior secondary schools for the second and third term. Well, you know, say senior secondary school, no, but the bulk of the schools are primary schools and junior secondary schools. Understand? So we remind the vice president for the intervene. And we write out last week Thursday. I don't know, we have not had any reply from him. Thank God Minister Diaz will speak for the vice president when they will address this issue, when they will call you for them. And we do yet to go on strike. The strike action can be the last option. The last to go on strike because the teachers they're picking again at schools. They are also parents. Understand? So one for appeal to them through the minister there, let them pay their school fees subsidies here before the end of this school year. We have July school to the close down.
One of the things also we been there on bone of contention with the part of within the vice president that committee will look at, and this salary increase we una teachers then they ask for. Yeah. Government been do some increase way yearly then they add it get some up. But the una members and they say realistic with current the economic hardship in the country.
And in fact, the teachers then right across the country, which will sub associations, the Conference of Principals of Secondary Schools, the National Council of Head Teachers, the Nursery Schools Association, and the Council of Technical Vocational Institutions. They don't write to you and give you a reminder. The escalating cost of living in this country don't make the teacher salary meaningless in this country. No teacher, not talking about principal level, but the ordinary teacher, no teacher in a salary they earn $100 a month. $100 about 2,400. No teacher. What is 2,400? Oh, teacher, a trained and qualified teacher with a teacher certificate. This teacher don't get that kind of money.
Those are the highest we didn't care.
Well, something the highest way the teacher you get something at 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. Was it 1,500 or 1,600? And they don't make the minimum wage now 1,200. So we get a collective agreement with government. They call it a collective agreement. We bind between we and government. Or say every 3 years we forgo on negotiations for better pay and condition of service. The last time we will negotiate with government, we get that 45%, we spread in 3 years, was 2023, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026.
Now 3 years.
3 years now. Yeah. So I want to tell the minister, Mr. Konasaki Wesugara, shortly he will receive a letter from SNTU for those start negotiations for increased pay and condition of service for teachers of this country. The reason why we say so, this last year give government increase in salaries, teachers were not included. And the high cost, especially if teacher they come over this for can at home or they come over for can teach, the cost of living don't erode. Our teachers are suffering. Then already we are asking for more pay and condition of service. Negotiations should start now. It should start now. Teachers in the Yeriminal all over the country. His Excellency the President, and also Mr. Konasaki will meet you very shortly. Say they don't write to you, SLT1 negotiations. In connection with these subsidies, we don't want to go on strike. All we wanted is the minister. Let me tell you one thing about this minister. I know we just talk no more so. He has helped to improve the professional standards of teachers of this country. The training of teachers in this country through the Teaching Service Commission, who said we did, is so massive. The P1, the P2 training, professional development training, so fantastic, so good. Understand? We don't do so well about that. If you want to talk about this recruitment, every year, at least government can give them quota for recruit teachers. It's far better. And we pray God for her. Let God make it continue with that. But more need to be done. More need to be done.
Well, I'll be hopeful for that meeting day because I remember the president of SL2 been coming That means they be giving us so much hope that the second gentleman don't kind and things will work. How disappointing it be? Because again, when the second gentleman speak now, it's part of the president. Like when the president speak.
You are perfectly correct. In fact, at that meeting, one of the resolutions will take, say they will not have any backlog again. They will pay. In fact, one of the resolutions, they say, prompt payment of salary before the commencement of every term. Prompt payment of school fees subsidy, not to salary. Prompt payment of school fees subsidy before the commencement of every term.
And that may not be.
And it's still disappointing. Is it because the committee was not formed to look into it? Because that committee, the Ministry of Finance, did it. They work together for CCA before the commencement of every term. Therefore, don't put the money aside. So don't look at the component, but we will not get any meeting with that. So for us, it's a disappointment to us as SLTU. It's a disappointment to the Vice President.
What about the excuse or the stay away government, the same money, or the maybe government overstretch on other issues them again?
Well, I will not speak for government, but this is a flagship program of His Excellency the President, education.
Sometimes not flagship anymore.
Well, they not put agriculture before. Understand? Now agriculture don't supersede this one. But let President know say he talk about the human capital. In fact, of the 5 changes, human capital development did it. And our children are the human capital development. They are features of this. They are the features of this country. If we play to picking them, we don't play this nation. So, President, His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio. I want to believe this is still your flagship program. We don't want for the kind of radio every day for remind government about school fees subsidies. Comrade Sakia, they don't get the Ministry of Basic and Senior, they don't get any problem. They have sent the data long ago. At the filler for this young man, also. The Minister of Basic and Senior, at the filler for her. Hey, we can call her. What's in the apple for school fees subsidies? Hey, I have sent the data to Minister of Finance. What you go do? The problem is with the Ministry of Finance. Now, I know they can't blame them. SL will not blame him. Even who called him last week. Understand?
But Minister of Finance back, you say when I don't go, they back say money no, they so now they blame them back.
Yeah,
no, money no, they
not the money for come on. They blame them 100% because
but
the last time
money no, they sometimes money no, they not the country.
Would have taken this money no day.
Mr. Kuya say,
Would have taken this money no day. Let's tell you what Kutimos, Bonidi. If they take this very seriously,
so money
they go cut down. They go cut down other side in way in also important education.
Outside you think that this government is spending not important? So.
Very important. For example, I don't want to offend anybody, but this question you're asking, understanding, are very critical questions. Government no see some side in the when they spend. For example, I will give an example. We create positions then. Plenty positions then. For example, they create then let me tell you something about them commissions they will get soon now. Then commission, the electoral commission, the teaching service commission, the wages and equal all the commissions of this country. If they tell how much they pay, the head of those commissions, so they get them 70,000 a month, so they get them 85,000 per month. The staffs are well paid. Now, it make SLTU be welcome. The formation of the Wages and Compensation Commission, where that commission they headed by Honorable Alpha Timbo.
Former Secretary General.
Former Secretary General. SLT was happy. For let them can look how they go harmonize the salaries of all public sector workers, including teachers of this country. You know why it's very important? In harmonization, they will look at the least paid workers, where teachers they fall, and the highest paid workers, and see how they go harmonize them. The one in the high, they will bring the salary a little bit, then get their money, and they put them to the one and get the least salaries, who they call. Which teachers then, if they do that, from the His Excellency the President, they get down to the ministers then cut small thing, they come to them, come in and cut small thing, then get other money there. Understanding? Believe in me, they see where the teachers there, all the teachers, they're not there for teachers. Civil servant that have this pay, Lord will see how we bring their power up. Believe in me, this problem is solved. But since the formation of that commission, they form way and former. Look there, look Mr. Alpha Timbo, this in me. Understand the struggle for let them start this harmonization. Understand? So for me, government they pay lip service to that commission. And enough for be so. They don't form that commission. It's nearly 2 years now or so. Up to now, they never for do nothing.
So can I say
And that commission they will help the teach for harmonize the salaries and teachers they will address the problem. Understanding? For look at how they will harmonize the teacher's salary. But besides that, if government don't get interest in that WCC, we will go out to negotiations. And the letter is Mr. Konrasaki shortly for negotiations. And that is part of our collective agreement.
So how often
by law.
how often I can engage government? How often I engage them? Because it's on a press release, it's meant for the get meetings and engagement. But it's like from that last time when I meet vice president, past this time when I pull another letter, how often I can engage?
In fact, we engage. What is the word government for SLT? Our government is the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Look, Mr. Konrasaki, the one I asked minister, who in order to do anything locally, we have had engagement most of the times at the ministry. Look at Sidoya. We have been engaged. When we get the engagement, we remind about the school fees subsidy, we remind about the teacher in condition of service. Look at Sidoya. We have been having engagement frequently. But in fact, not for me, Vice President, on this issue. Not the minister is. Now, for take and care and go to them. See, this, care and go to cabinet, care and go inside. And I didn't say the door. But the Ministry of Finance, after would they go to the Ministry of Finance? Understand? Lord go ask them, what in the happen again? And not say minister said we do it small, but we the goodie. But go see the minister. What is happening with the school fees subsidy?
Any action will be followed if like what you say in the next 2 months, school and they close.
Well, I hate to talk about actions, but what we will do, this is an organization. We get with sub-association, conference of people, I don't name them now. When government not heed to the demands for the school fees subsidies, till the school term ends, or before the school term ends, we'll have a nationwide consultation. We have 100 branches in this country, 20 administrative districts, 4 regions. They'll get a national office. They'll get the sub-associations, conference of principals, the teachers council, multi-schools association, council of technical association. We'll have consultation with them. We don't want to reach to that level. When we meet, sometimes they will tell what for do. And when they tell what for do, well, the minister will hear you.
Okay. Oh, it's Mr. Kwate, in the midst of all of these things when they call so, I also can look at our members. There are some teachers they will really they do their work for teach being a problem, but yet still they ask for better conditions of service. How also they monitor some of them teachers in there.
A very good question. We'll SLT the monitor, but the bulk of the monitoring lies with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education and the Teaching Service Commission. And then get that task there. So if teacher in a school they perform, now make you get in school quality assurance officer, they go to the schools for go see teacher, the kind of school, teacher, they live up to expectations. Understand? We can go there, but the bulk of the money lies with them and the Teaching Service Commission. So for example, we don't talk say, if in this school subsidies they are there for the monitor, how the teachers and principals they utilize them. Are they doing it? The minister will can't answer that question there. Understand? We will not support any teacher when they take school fees subsidy, a bezuran, or not do the right thing. Now make when they get a school fees subsidy and forget receipt for anything they do. We will not go to a monitor and remind and say, when ministry come, TSC come for monitor, we'll not go while they find out one thing. If they find out one thing, they can go to anti-corruption, we're not there to defend you. So because we know government is spending a lot of money on the school fees subsidies, and it has to be used judiciously. Understand? Would they tell them, would they call them to meeting? Would they tell them that? So to answer to your question, teacher will know they perform, only the right thing. SLTU can get to meeting, they tell them. But the monitoring, the bulk of the monitoring lies with the Ministry of Basic Education and the Teaching Service Commission.
Okay, Mr. Koyate, continue for David tomorrow. Just a few commercials. When we come back, we can get the Minister of Basic Education, Wayne Konrasaki, on some of the issues them as raised by Mr. Koyate this morning. Education is the most.
Mommy, they tire for seeing them picking them here, they play all time. Like they don't get nothing. wetin for do?
Mama, yeah, how for do?
Me own boy pikin self be dey play all time, but now e look better small.
So wetin you do wey e change?
And make e begin use learning passport for study.
Wetin na dis learning passport?
Well, learning passport na one app wey the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF don come with, and e get past question and answer wey dey make am easy for we pikin dem for study and pass exams. Look, na the learning passport me bobo dey use for study, and e dey try small small.
Well, dis na big opportunity for we pikin dem. Me sef go try get dis learning passport app so that me bobo go get all the past exam questions and answer dem wey e need.
Go to Google Play Store now and download the MBSSE Learning Passport for free. You no dey pay anything. Mama, Papa, let we help we pikin dem forget the learning passport app. By this, we go help for prepare them well for the exams. Use the learning passport app today and pass the exam tomorrow. This message comes from the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF.
Education na free, na true. Send your pikin go, mama.
Bloomberg Digital Banking don't come for it.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Na bank I dey run go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko cuts your eye.
But Abule fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Na so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital, you can bank with freedom any side na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloomberg Digital.
Aha! Aisatu Bloomberg Digital.
Yes, na me name. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloomberg Digital Banking.
Bingo! Waiting you dey wait for. Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store, or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website bloombankafrica.com.
No less BNO, cause Bloomberg Digital they make you bank
with Colats. Bloomberg Africa. Let's make it happen.
Welcome back to the program Morning Coffee. I want to welcome the minister and welcome to the second half of the program. So you don't listen from Mr. Koyata this morning, and also you said don't see, the press release, the aspects of this school fee subsidy for many for citizens. Then it gets very boring because every year the same thing over and over and over again. Now they don't write officially to the vice president, but just remind us the commitment to it there. Then we make the aspect of school fee subsidy under the package of the free quality education, Mr. Minister. What's the challenge for Get Our Rights?
Well, first of all, I hope you will give me a little bit of time.
Go ahead, sir.
I just recognize a couple of people. First of all, I want to appreciate the government of Sierra Leone for making education free and the commitment that they make of 20% to the education sector. If you look at the sub-region, I don't know of any other country we get that level of investment. I also want to thank the president for getting vision we make with their free education, and also for the fact that when teenagers wrong, like we begin and they left out, we still give approval for low fund money and pay for picking them. I also want to thank the vice president for we stepping when we get problem the last time, and we were able to steer we for find a solution. And I think also equal recognition need for go to my predecessor there, Minister Timbo, Minister Senge, for the foundation we then left me with. But let me also take the opportunity for thank the donor partners that we can also chip in for make sure that we able for sustain the huge burden, the huge investment we'll get now this sector. But let me also reaffirm the government in commitment to the provision of not only free education, but quality education. Now, Mr. Koyate may not get variance on
this issue of school subsidies. School subsidies should be paid. You get local benefits. Now they then use for pay the teacher they will not be on the payroll, and they use them for support teaching and learning materials, and they use them for several other things. So I recognize the importance of that. But I'm happy that Mr. Kuate also do acknowledge the way the system works is that we provide the vouchers, working with the school leaders, and we did this there, and then send them to the Ministry of Finance. Now, going back to your question where you asked, and there are a huge number of challenges we, as you know, globally, and every other country they face. You get this war we all over the place now. We don't affect fuel price. Governments around the globe, they also they support and then they subsidize fuel or make sure say the burden on people and all that way. So there are these distractions that could cause problems. Let me just say this in terms of the school subsidy, the government not get no problem with saying that they not pay subsidies. We don't pay subsidies for term 1, and we pay all the subsidies. We start for pay subsidies for term 2, and we pay for senior secondary school. As I speak, the Aberdeen Ministry of Finance yesterday, the financial secretary though assured me that the payments will be processed this week, and so therefore I have every confidence that within this week we will be on track in terms of the payment of subsidies. I want to also just mention the fact that as I speak right now, all the fees for NPSC, the government don't pay up. Normally, way why they bill the government, they will bill the government for 50% before the exam and 50% after the exam. But let me just make this point. Just for those show government in commitment to quality and the support that the Ministry of Finance also they provide the sector. We don't pay 100% of the fees for NPSC. And I assure you that the subsidies will be paid. Let me also I don't know if you follow the news, but just last week, they get an interministerial council meeting for decentralization with the vice president, the chair. In that meeting, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance make a commitment that he will meet all the obligation to local councils. And he also, in that statement, he also assured local councils that all subsidies and the exams will be paid. So let me just make a distinction between the point where I don't hear in our social media say we only pay senior secondary school because now we get the lowest numbers of schools, and somebody, one of our union people, and say that for divide and rule. No, the government we not get time for go sit down and decide say you don't go divide and rule SLTU. We obligation to you and we interaction with you is very honest. It's very open. Even when you meet with the vice president, you know say it's very open with you now. They talk to you now, just the brother and as partners, and so we not do that. The subsidies where they not paid now the one way they go to the local councils, because you know say local council education is devolved to local council at the basic level, and the basic level cover your primary school and your junior secondary school. So once that commitment they made by the Minister of Finance and the reassurance we get from the financial sector yesterday, I have no doubt that it will be paid. But there are
but these similar assurances have been made several times, including that meeting with the vice president do that they will pay. But like how Mr. Koyate say, still it's a challenge. So that commitment will be followed by action, Mr. Minister.
Well, thank you very much for you asked that question. But let's be very specific. You know, I'm a techno politician, so where I talk with real data. So let me say this: when we met with the vice president, the commitment we make is that subsidies for the whole of last year will be paid. Every single loans and cent this government paid, 100%.
Then I trust that one day. Then I dare to the talk about. Someone talk about the current one now. And I dare to the talk about. Because now two now we go put on the table. The debt's been there in the current one for pay, Mr. Minister.
So please give me the opportunity for that go through this. So let me start off with that. The commitment with the vice president make. Go look at the statement we sent to you. It's say we go pay subsidies for 100% of the year, and we pay subsidies 100% for last year. Again, as I said to you, we talk about the commitment for this academic year. This academic year, I tell you, I start off by saying that 100% of the subsidies for Term 1 don't pay. The senior secondary school subsidies don't pay for Term 2. Now, the remaining one we left now for the junior secondary school and basic education. But let me also just go back to that meeting we'll get with the vice president. One of the things we SLQB asked for when we meet was that we review subsidies. And as I speak, we don't get, I want for us to go because I think the public need to understand this. We don't get 2 meetings after the meeting we get with the vice president. The first one, now for present them with the terms of reference of that technical working group. We had quite a lot of discussions, and after that, we get another meeting for approve the terms of reference. At the point where we approve the terms of reference, I informed the union that we don't secure some extra money from the British then, the FCDO, where then they bring a technical expert for look at subsidies across Africa and look for the best practices. As I speak, I tell you this now. That consultant did not work. I think say they could all talk to the union themselves. They gather evidence. It don't present it to the Ministry of Finance. We get a discussion around that. It is only after that paper they go to present to the vice president that we will meet back with talk. It's not a policy document. It's just for let we respond to it in the union we ask for. So we do that right now, and it's work in progress. But the other thing that we come out of that meeting, when I say I use specifics.
Yeah.
When I say when I want for me, we employ more tech voc teachers. That has been done. If you look at the budget for 2026, you will see there is allocation under the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, and even salaries have been reviewed. So that is another positive. The other thing also is that we talk about the assessment. If you look at the budget from 2024, 2025, 2026, there is a quota for reassessment. And as I speak, and the reassessment is done between the TSC and the SLT, that joint effort. Every year we do it. You understand? So you can't say we don't take action on all the things we do. As a matter of fact, everything we will get that paper, action has been taken. We not conclude some of the actions, they are work in progress, but everything we will get. The only delay we'll get now this work with this consultant they do, will be a working document we will start for discuss. You understand? But you also mentioned a couple of things. You also mentioned things around salaries and waiting. And you see the government they pay a lip service to the wages and compensation. Now let me just prove to you that is not right. When the president they select the chairman of that commission, all the people are in a salon. They decide for choose una ex-president.
Secretary General.
Yeah, ex-Secretary General. So if anybody sabi about teacher issue, nine. And not only he acted as a Secretary General, he also worked at the labor movement. But in addition to that, he was also a Minister of Education. He was the first minister under the.
But this is a better time for them for let them for realize
exactly.
it.
This is
but it's like it's not coming, minister.
No. But you know that they get harmonization too without consultation, because when you get harmonization, you come to a common basis for the salaries. You therefore discuss with everybody. Yes, Mr. Creator's thing to say the solution would be done by taking bits from everybody your salary. Then you give the teachers. But there are other people like they say for X if you take the bits from your salary. So there needs to be a consensus. And you will therefore get a consensus where you will hold. So for me, honestly, the best opportunity you will get, yes, right now the fact that the chair of that commission is Una ex-Secretary General. In addition, the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, is a former permanent secretary at the ministry. These are two people that will know education past anybody. And you could see the way they choose them. They choose them from education. This is because the president mean well. And he really want to make we get some resolution of some of these issues. So let us stop there because I can continue with
Yeah, so Mr. Saki, additionally, you don't mention all of the things you don't mention, but the very important thing within the reference now is subsidy. And the school and get for one. We understand all of the things that we don't mention, so our processes. But in spite of them process then they get forget learning materials. You say even the learning materials, they say then they struggle except say they go for trust. Some school administration go for cheap or for cheap, for cover some space. All of this is challenging.
Well, I'm glad you come up with that question. So let answer that question for you. This government, in just last year alone, this government spent $10 million on the procurement of teaching and learning materials. Those teaching and learning materials include teacher guides, workbooks, supplementary materials, the training of 24,000 teachers for P1, P2, P0 is just about this year now. They do the P01. We do P3 stuff. We're just about to start. This they run into millions of dollars. But when you talk about teaching and learning material, I know you get for can say, well, waiting to happen with secondary school. Now, say this year back we introduce life practicals. Now we school them, we don't do life practicals from 2018. From there, Ebola time, then we begin stop life practicals. We stop for do life practicals. We do test for practicals. Now we therefore republish and the labs them. We make sure say all the materials and the agents and the training they all that. This is now a big focus. We cannot wait. We have to do it this year. Yes. So when we talk about teaching and learning materials, that's not teaching and learning materials.
But it's not
you
enough.
understand?
The school is like I say no more.
But you have a budget. A budget has a limit under each budget heading. What you use and the decision where you make for what you use the money under that budget heading is based on waiting at the priority at that particular
time.
So
the subsidy not a priority at this moment?
No, I'm just saying to you.
No, I'm just asking. I'm doing. You
conflict.
You already don't create a picture as to, for example, if then you start an amount of money, you look at waiting like now. I can ask you the question. So currently, the subsidy not a priority.
No, well, I cannot say that because I just tell you, the Minister of Finance in their ministerial thing, he said these things will start to be paid this week. Yes, I also say that the financial sector also do assure we see they will list that this week and the money will come this week. So that we not say we not pay, we not say we the delay. It's a process. But when it happen, it therefore go through a process and the prioritization not really done. Now the Ministry of Finance.
So Minister, 22% allocation we allocate for education. Then particular challenges are still for the camp based on that allocation there.
So let me use this opportunity for explaining waiting 22% means. 98% of the 22%, yes. Now what you call recurrent expenditure. There are 3 big ticket items in that allocation. The first one is the payment of teacher salaries. You just hear Mr. Kuyate the ask for more. Oliver the ask for more. So as Oliver the ask for more,
they're not for ask for more.
I know.
They're not for ask for more at this moment.
I'm just making a statement.
They're not for ask for more. That's a follow.
No, what you see? I say 22%, 98% of that 22% now recurrent expenditure. There are 3 big ticket items. One, teacher salaries. The second one, now subsidies. Yes, again, to just show you how subsidies is important. And the third one, that's school feeding. You understand? So everything else outside that is about the 2% we left. So sometimes what we then do is to use donor funds and other things for complements within government they do. So it's that 22%, whilst it sounds big, the needs that we get within the sector is enormous because we have just added 1 million additional learners to the system. But let me not stop there. Not to the 1 million we don't add. Even them picking and we left out. Yes, we now just this year we will talk to. We just start an out of school project. We them picking and we left out. We bring them back into the system, and we target 100,000 of them inside this year alone.
1 million additional students them or people that will come give more workload to the teachers. So never ask for more.
No.
That's a very good question for you.
No, I'm simply saying to you, yes, all of these things is a process. Yes, so when they go through that process, and I just
So you
want
don't
to
prepare your mind the bargaining certificates or the bargaining they meet you demand on just announcer, and most of the time when that time they reach where people like it them press every Israeli like they on edge because we all know what you can follow after. How prepared that they be? Subsidy we're not able for get our rights at this moment. Now then they say the 3 year don't they lapse and term don't reach from add the salary, another condition of service.
I think let me just explain a couple of things. You know, the world we see in a small village. Waiting they happen on one side of the world, they affect people on the other side of the world. Every country in the world right now gets fiscal challenges. Every country, including the developed countries. It is one of the reasons we make even the developed countries that maybe they give you their grants and that kind of thing. They self don't pull out of their hand now. So we get pressures on several fronts. And I want SLTU let themselves consider as patriots that this is a global challenge. Yes, we don't get dwindling of overseas aid, we will get for respond to. And the only way we could respond to that now for bringing more domestic revenues into it. And then we also get the fact that the government, for example, the subsidized fuel, you understand, for make sure say the cost manageable for people and all of that. So there are two things. We have to deal with these issues. And what you mean to say, you have this wages and compensation commission. It take hearing from different people. So you say the lip service government they pay, that's not true, because I know say that they engage with different sectors. And let's wait and see, waiting and come up with.
So therefore wait for the way the commission begin before they ask for salary increase.
No, but the commission not begin.
Now they stay. So then your salary therefore wait say the commission fully begin operate. Maybe then go to the commission, our commission say we dey on planning, so that the next 2-3 years will go begin work. So therefore wait after 2-3 years for ask for salary increase.
I think what you had to say, we therefore take things into perspective. There are huge challenges globally. Sierra Leone is not exempt from.
But then challenges are also the best the teacher in your pocket, sir.
So
and the teachers say other areas and the way they flourish.
Even when the way they get excuse of dwindling overseas aid and you feel a lot aside the way like what you say, then we find then okay. Like say the fuel go up to how many, then they're okay.
No,
so that teacher way in they say in fact it paints a very serious picture. Can you imagine say most teachers and then they get not even 2,000, so the highest at 1.5, 1. In this 1.6, Mr. Minister, may you know say what you will do in 1.6 in this current economy in this country.
So Mr. Kuyate don't put forward your opinion, say there are other people that really flourish. I no evidence nor the point to the fact that other people that they flourish whilst other people that they suffer. But that's my opinion and I cannot challenge
to the reality.
It's definitely not the reality.
Okay, continue for the Mr. Minister as well as Mr. Kuyate will come back to number. They move on to one of the lead headlines as we tell you now. President Julius Maada Bio as leader of the ruling Salone People's Party during the party in Birthday, we will fall within Salone Independence. Then therefore make some crucial statements and talk to the minds and conscience of in party supporters in relation to this waiting people say too many people want for take in shoes or succeed them in terms of one big president of this country. The presidents at that place they've been talk about how the kind of leader or the presidential hope pulling things they in party for able to get way further unite and cement already, which he don't do. For more on that to get the PR one when I talk man for the SLP when I'm Moses Mambo. Good morning, Moses. Welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Mr. Mambo, what you think say like the leader use that dinner day? Don't wanna go like for go eat, dance, and enjoy ourselves, but it decide for talking to the conscience of Una's party supporters. What you don't see? Don't see any worrying trend within the party that you think say no, it's let me just come and do some check.
Well, I don't see any worrying trend within the party. Just that President Bio, my leader, will get foresight. Person we understand this country and they don't live the greater part of in life, they don't live under this country as well. And politically, President Bio understand very well say the SLPP are the only option for this country. Now because SLPP didn't power, now make you see Minister of Education and SLT even see lawyer. We Mikhail Ubabile as Minister of Education, you don't really see that kind of conversation here because
the conversation are not really gone.
Now it's spent 10 years the owner to ghost teacher. Yeah, SLTU. They don't really get this kind of civil conversation for the welfare of teachers. So it tells you President Bio value this country to the core. So for we, and as a party, we don't learn. President Bio also know the lessons, the bitter lessons where SLPP don't learn. We learned a bitter lesson in 1967 because we been scattered. 1967 election, all my women by that election, whether they read on history, you know, say problem with the way the party they get problem with the Kaisambas and Kenema and the Briwas, we come out somewhere about the streets. At the end of the day, we go back after the election, we draw with APC. We try to bring them to family, then they back to the party, then say the prime minister for resign, they refuse, and then go back. 2007, you see what happened to me. We go to the convention at McKinney. The people wanted Charles Magai, but the leaders of the party wanted Solo B. So at the end of the day, Charles Magai formed PMDC out of the SLPP. And then we go on off with APC in 2007. And at the end of the day, Charles Magai threw the entire Southern support to APC. We have APC for coming to power. So President Bio understand all that. But going even further, President Bio don't leave a born, a joint soldier under one party where APC begin and power during those days. So you understand the dangers of losing power to a political party like that one day. So now it make waiting it don't begin do, it don't begin for open with horizons as a party, especially the one that we one for positions than the party, the highest seats than the party, for say, hey, this is not the quality of leader they will look for. Once leader, we go take criticism. They go criticize and make President Bio. You see that the cost are every day, go social media, all man they blast for President Bio. But if I saw them blasting, whether they blast for President Bio, we can get the opportunity for talk to salon people there, they can turn them into form, they turn into joke. You understand? And so it gets thick skin. So some of them things the way they do them. So can we have that kind of leader? Now SLPP, where they go criticize and they go take them, but then focus on the bigger picture. But most importantly, can we have a leader who is able for unify the party? Not only for unify the party base, but for also go outside the party base. Mind you, for win election, then two main political parties. Yes, you need a base, but your base alone not will give you presidency. So you need for appease your base and keep them together, but also able for transcend beyond your own base and go. And SLPP now the only political party now we get that opportunity there for able for keep this Southeast, for example, and then compete now the Northwest. We don't do one before. And we're ready for doing again. But the president pinpoints and says, for not able for doing, we need a candidate who will be able for appease, not only with base, but able for transcend. But the most important thing when the president talked that day, we now the secretariat continue for hammer home to the people that we want for on, that we need a candidate who will be able for appease generations. You understand? Not so. So we need that candidate, one green candidate for able for appease different generations. If we're able for appease 18 to 25, where you each day fit it. Where you go between 35 to 50, able for fit day, able to appease them. 50 to 75 and upward, that candidate be able for also appease them. Because for win elections, in this country, presidential elections specifically, you need for make sure you get different demographic of generations of people. You get for build, put them together. In the Western world, now called coalition. You need for build a coalition of the young, the middle, and the old. Bring them together, the women, the youth, the disabled, able for bring them together. So, and he asks a big question after I don't say that, who can that person be? So for we now the secretariat now, what thing we they do? Now for make sure say we continue for prepare expand, explain, simplify the message of His Excellency with the leader of the party, President Bio, for make let people that begin do self-reflection. Leader, people that we want to lead the SLPP into election, may they begin do self-reflection. Because SLPP don't suffer two things in our life. SLPP, it can come, will make the country, but then we're not able to sustain our power and sustain our, okay, give them up. Imagine a SLPP take power from 1961 till 67. Now SLPP go fight for independence, we'll get the independence, we'll counter. We do the first democratic election in 1967, we hand over the power. The rest is history. I don't want to go back into that history. For 27 years, we know what's happening in this country. We take the country back in 1996. Now SLPP fed to the country. We fought the war between 1996 to 2002. You understand? In 2002, SLPP government, headed by President Kaba, declared the war done. By 2007, we don't set all the apparatus, SLTU, they all we don't go in oblivion, bring them back. Remember, the Secretary General, we will tell you how the Secretariat in Eastern, how it began for come about, for make them able for Bilam, for let get to USA a day subsidy. So bring all the institutions that we were able for uphold with democracy. In 2007, what happened? We'll give the power back. Between 2007 to 2018, what happened? We'll take power back 2018. Salon be they run under life support for even get domestic revenue for pay teacher, pay nurses, pass with the trust and bank. Now we don't fix all that. We don't fix all? Of course, we don't fix them. We are saying fix. We know they pay nobody in salary now using bank overdraft. No.
No, wait, I mean the problems now.
No, not the problem. Not the problem. Salon problems.
We don't report specifically the SLTU issue. We say I don't fix.
No, I know they talk on the SLTU issue. I did tell you about what can happen when we can left power. We will party them come, what they can do, and then we will take them back. So which mean SLPP now we can make. Then we hand over other people that can employ, we will come make. So we don't decide now say to get out salon people then. See, I see we don't make so. We will continue for sustain that make beyond president, beyond in presidency. So now I make the leader don't they talk now to people that we want that seat they also is
still on the leader in statement. So also for many people who also watch and the analysis around. Some they argue that beside where they talk to una as una conscience and all that, the people they say like what they talk for promote a particular individual. Una as party members, they una thinks that that's what they do.
Well, anybody will think so. It means it also be President Bio. You see, President Bio, everything we don't achieve in life, gets on a platter of gold. A born a family we in mama and step mama them plenty. Na chief force we begin and day boku. You have to struggle for survive. They go to boys school where they train you for be a man. You understand? For survive. You dey eat condo, you dey go cook, you dey eat condo, clean you big people their shoes. You dey get lunch, they pull on a yarn. You senior, they pull on a yarn. They send you back, you go do one. Do the clean that they drill you. So now so President Bio go up. In the 80s, he joined the army. And you know what's down the mean. We go join the army. You understand? They go through cadets, they come out. And they don't work on different parts, including fighting the war. So everything we President Bio don't achieve, you don't get an easy. 2005, he came for the flag bearer. Now McKinney, he was there. Now he can talk by the flag bearer election. Now he can talk. So Ruby can force just Bagay then President Bio. You understand? He go back. He come back he come back for 2012. He come back 2012. You see the struggle. They gave the flag bearer contest with Ernest Kumar. They robbed with the election. He went back. He came back in 2016. Can't contest. You know what's happening and what's going to happen. So everything we President Bio achieved in life, they don't struggle for him. And as a military officer, they don't believe for give something power to anybody on the platter of gold. Anything you want in life, you get for faith for him. So now so President Bio did. And many a times so they quote and say, now President Bio don't do this, don't do that. Where you can get a platform, it can always clarify. When a member of convention, people will say, President Bio, now they support this candidate. President Bio, where you hold the mic and be to man, what he say? He say, I don't say nobody for talk for me. He say, I able talk for me, sir. He say, I not support nobody. Publicly, he declare publicly that I not support anybody. But what we they do now, the party secretary, the statement of the leader, because SLPP na party where they form na heaven. And because it's the political party, we speak na heaven.
Who's political party they form na heaven?
Okay, the heaven where God creates. Now we only get one heaven.
So now the first party this one they form na heaven.
This is the first political party where they form na heaven. You know why? Because spiritually.
So people in the expression are not for do no bad. Now good no more for do because what you don't say now na heaven. They form SLPP, but no they all twitchy for good.
No SLPP.
Now so people are not for angry, blackout not for day, water problem not for day.
No SLPP not to buy. And the things that we talk about, so not to SLPP problem alone. not to SLPP
We
problem.
don't solve them for one.
No,
because it's not a problem solvers.
Yeah, we're not problem solver, but
Yeah.
we don't take step for solving lots of them problem today. Because tell the each they begin to Usai Salon be day, you understand? For 27 uninterrupted years. We're nothing not be happening in this country. SLPP take this country and we don't do so much. And the biggest thing we SLPP achieve now this country, no political party don't achieve that. Now for make sure you silence the gun then in this country. Not to play for like silence gun. Look what's happening right now between Iran and America. Even though we're thousands of miles away, but we suffer the consequences of what they go on in Iran currently. So it tells you any government we invest for make sure say peace stay in the country. You understand? That country they value that particular government they value. Medadi also can tell me say who's our born motor cannot be the rich day. The one great single investment we Medadi do now for investing in education. So anytime you see a government, a particular political party take over governance in a country, and it tell una say because all my way they vote for that party not able to give everybody work at the same time. They're not able to give everybody opportunity. But one single most national project where that party will take, they benefit everybody. For we at the SLPP, who come 2018, we saw they launch free quality education, we they pull school fees, we make sure say Pekin and go na school for free in this country also. We make 250,000 Pekin and I go school. Today we get close to 2.9 million kids in school. That's not progress. That day they show you clearly say na progress. Look the public examination. Now this country also before 2018, boy Pekin always can supersede girl Pekin. Oh they go because it is perceived that girl Pekin where you don't reach 15, 16 from 12 years now. They forget them to man for marriage. But when SLPP come, that notion they don't change. Today boys they compete with men. Now public examination. Over 3 public examination and girl Pekin don't come first. Now this country first in history. We have trained and employed thousands of new teachers. The Secretary General and they are going to tell you, say, oh, come 2018, you get the data, I go give you the data. Oh, SLPP take power 2018 to today. How much new teacher they don't add? In fact, for the first time in long time, now the first time this way you see a government in a long time, we get a collective bargaining agreement now with teachers. We mean say, from time to time, teacher they now they get the opportunity for the whole government here say, hey, look, I negotiate on so thing one. They now get that platform there.
But not only actualize like how they foresee them.
No, they are
the Secretary General don't talk say
okay,
for
they are,
like 3 years, not 3 years now.
Okay, let me tell you this. There are enormous challenges in every sector, including education. The project who can inherit and who launch is a big and bold project where majority of people in the salon will not ever believe in them. People in there around the world will not ever believe in them. It's a novelty. With the kind of economy we salon get for launch a free quality education. That is not so easy. Okay, we are spending billions of loans on school fees subsidies. Whether school fees subsidy themselves, not just between the teacher them, the CTA them, not between them. Because if you go now some school them, where government they provide school fees subsidy to, you know you go even ask outside the school fees subsidy they go. But for
we will come back to the subsidy issue. I want to come. The minister there.
For we like President Bio don't lay the foundation for make whoever becomes the flag bearer of SLPP. We're going to use that person there for able for canvas based on what we don't do.
Okay, so Mr. Mahmoud, the next question I want to ask, you talk about few things where sometimes what the president say will likely be the criteria I look for. For example, that possible for inhale, which you know say criticism. If you know the only unifying basis for transcend beyond generation, candidates where they appease generations them, and the big question who that person they will be and the self will more come. So far, when we are the secretariat, any of the individuals, aside there, we like people that they form their own group there. Now, that people that don't can they on a database, we really don't show interest.
No.
So then just the
so this so now SLPP not get any flag bearer candidates. There's no flag bearer candidate.
No aspirant
no, in fact, we not even lay the foundation. It's for later there. We not open that space there. What we do now? We need to work on the rules. We'll get for care go on neck or make approve the rules. On waiting get for happen the rules and regulation we'll get for sets, whose processes so if for pass through that qualify, waiting at the qualification metrics so you get for meet as an individual for able for apply for be the flag bearer of SLPP. But what did the president do? Now for begin open the ears of the one day we get intention. Because what did happen now on social media is just people having intention. But for SLPP, we don't get anybody yet. We will not even open the platform yet to make people and begin for candidate. So for we, waiting His Excellency do, because we no want for waste time. We no want to get too many candidates and make the process messy. Because we want for keep us small, but solid and give opportunity to the voters, the delegates of SLPP, may be able for listen and sound the opinion of Sierra Leoneans, so that when they go to the hall for make a decision on who becomes the next flag bearer of SLPP, then they make that decision.
More come back. Mr. Man, more come back to where you say the president no get no interest. Even in normal, office where they do job application, like where they apply, if you get a board or something, then go must ask the boss man. You get somebody in mind? They know the accent in this something for corruption or something. You think say it will be best interest or improve. You want to see the president at this moment? No, there's nobody at all.
Well, let me say,
because he must get somebody who thinks, I know what here. I think he fits into all what Timmy don't do.
If you don't take your time over time with President Bio, so the way we don't spend time with him, you go understand the kind of person where he be. That question, they even be relevant. I will tell you, President Bio, they ever take anything, even the beginning where he born. They ever take anything, give them a platter of gold. No. It give you the opportunity, but you have to fight for it. You get for show President Bio say you want her, because power not to you, then they give person for drink. If you want power, you get for show say you want her. You get for show the intention. And President Bio very smart. They not only sabi the country, he sabi SLPP in and out. So what thing President Bio they do in your role na fatherly, and they guide the party for make sure say we not only elect the flag bearer, but we elect the next president of the Republic of Salone. So President Bio will be guiding the process. What did President Bio specifically get for the do? For make sure say he help we all develop the rules together, make sure say we screen the candidates here, and make sure say the process is transparent, the process is credible, for make sure say we will not disenfranchise anybody. One for make it in a way that when you lost the flag bearer elections, you will say, yes, I lost based on merit, the people will not be electing me at this time, so I'm not running away, I'm not go for many other political party and stuff for like this generation of SLPP leaders, we will not allow them. Anybody that they use this opportunity for say this message now. The Sir Jimmy Batilo Songa executive, of which I'm the official spokesperson. Nobody know the contest for SLPP flag bearer where they left for go and any other party or for any other team. Under this leadership, yes, you get about they happen. I make us say when they set the rules in short a way. Yes, we will control her from the beginning because we don't learn from the past. Okay, left and loose. This time we know they make and loose. We make sure say all the commitments to the party, you pass through all the commitments phases by stages. Before you will publish your name, say, yes, you're a qualified candidate for the flag bearer. Because at the end of the day, when you don't sign through all the commitment and they be lie, lie. When you lost that election, they didn't accept.
More talk around how the president get for a it up or make sure say a level playing field already inside self in your house when I in WEF.
Yes.
People and the way they push for make it be one of our flag bearers.
Yes, of course.
So I don't know how they for manage that process there. So they already your wife self, they among the hundreds of people there. Where they push for that.
So first of all, if you're a wife, you go na man in family. The man get your own family, be you not so. You get your family jabby. So you go na the man in house and marry them. That don't mean say you not get your own family or you not get your own aspiration. President Bio is he for she. You don't mean say if President Bio don't choose a part and wife not go choose a own part. No, President Bio support everybody for choose your own destiny, depending on what you want for do. The only way President Bio not they do at the tell you this. President Bio will not give anybody, including your wife, undue advantage against anybody. President Bio is a complete democrat.
You sure about that?
Of course. At the same time,
just a follow up what you just asked. As my colleague they talk about, sure. What you mean undue advantage? Already there's undue advantage. The party they say there is no open, campaign in them. But Igbema be then they all over the place.
No,
Igbema be then they all over the place. In fact, they are all. If you like say to the extent, UNASEF as the secretary they join the Igbema be for the all over the country. Okay, so that is not only advantage to the other.
If I some numbers around 620 or with all of that on the surface.
Well, they don't get 620 delegates already.
That's how they see. I know that they see surface.
Okay, so we'll clarify this one.
Yeah, because every advantage and important thing
every political party get groups, get camps, and then you get a political party of itself. Two things. I want to let Una and the listeners they understand say Sierra Leone People's Party not get any flag bearer candidate as at now, not get opening. 2, Sierra Leone People's Party have placed a ban or a suspension, because ban will look too harsh, have placed a suspension indefinitely on any flag bearer campaign in this country for anybody within
So
the
what's the Ebema group then
within
can
the
they do so?
SLPP.
What's the name can they do?
Ebemagbi is a political movement within the SLPP.
So what's the name can they do? Not to
Their-
campaign the campaign.
No, because their aims and objective have not said publicly or to the party, say we aims as Ebemagbi, now for make sure say we get the flag bearer within the SLPP.
No, but we don't get a spokesperson here. So when Creole Boy and
Creole Boy,
region don't
Creole
talk
Boy.
about how then they push the candidacy of the first lady.
So that's fine. That's their own. But for we as a political party, that may not count to we it. So that they will not call an undue advantage. What if President Biyo they do? What you go also say about people that will in there like David Senge? Not so is the chief minister, VP, now the vice president. When you see president, you see David Senge, you see the vice president. They all they move together. You go say they give them undue advantage? No. But what think President Biyo get for do and with support from the party? Now for make sure say we create a level playing field for everybody for participate. You go through all the democratic processes within the party. Because as I tell you, this executive determined for win 2028. And nothing, not they stop we together with the people of Salone for gain the mandate for the third time. So anything we go lead we for make we not get the mandate of the people in 2028, we not do it.
Okay,
I
thank
want
you so much.
for let una know say by the time we get with flag bearer, when the white smoke come on, like how they can elect the Pope, when they see heavens, they come down. When the country stands still and be silent.
Especially
That's why people are doing
especially when the party now from heaven in common.
Especially when the
Okay, continue for David.
But some level will make Salon like Kevin.
Oh, Salon, the level will take Salon.
In fact, for many people, like Salon are like na they can say na like hell.
Okay, so
today.
there are debates day. Now the debate will go another day.
Okay.
Because Salon, the level will take Salon in 2018 and also it again. Positively, not to the same
Okay,
anymore.
okay.
But
Now
down in the
just go through
political
some of-
debate, we will get her.
Okay.
And that's the time not there now for
Okay.
not get that debate on
Okay.
all the sector from education to electricity to healthcare to the economy. That are debate we will get in another day.
Okay, continue for David, Mr. Mambo. This message come up from BW Bokari. He said the SLPP not believe in quick fix. He said this country has so the SLPP don't solve a lot of problem and only a strong foundation for pushing before. This other one say, GM Mr. Minister, he says sometimes the school and can do over bloated enrollments. You are aware and how also una can take stock of some of the issues then they. This other one say me as a be somebody with a HTC primary it get. He say but it can get 2.250. He says so I disagree with waiting the SLTU man they talk in the studio. This other one say morning Kofuna, thank you for the call. I say God bless Mr. Koyate. He say na man we are very proud of. He say may the minister and the people who are responsible look at this issue. I will not want another strike. This one say Mr. Minister of Basic Education, thank you for this morning for the clarity. What will you say at this moment because of fear they're not attending them? If you like so you tell now SLTU say they don't even ask for an increase. I think say you're unfair on their own side. This one say, Conor, thank you so much. You say you don't do so much for teachers them. So I recall when you be heard TSC, you say you do so much in a progressive person. You say, but again, the Ministry of Finance, no, they do your homework well. This other one say, thank you so much, SLTU. He say, it better one they ring the alarm quick one to government. He say, because tomorrow when I go strike, we have this country, everything that for do with politics. This one say, thank you so much to my spokesperson, my vocal spokesperson, when I'm Mr. Mambo. He said, thank you. He said, indeed, the president need for talk to the SLPP people more. He said, because the desperation for succeed, he said, it's too much. This other one say, maybe Mr. Mambo explain to we already waiting the constitution provide for us to who qualify, because we don't see waiting former secretary generals and former chairman don't talk about who that qualify or not qualify, aside the rules then we get for govern the flag bearer, right? If they address that one day. Yes, Mr. Koyate.
Thank you very much. Let me start with that text. I will say, in some inside the teacher they get 2,000 or more euros. That can be an isolated incident, but I'm talking about the majority here. You know, we know they say that you cannot deserve or get out. If you get out, you're lucky. So they don't put an incorrect date. Okay. I just want to say this. You know, this marriage that so with all due respect to Mr. Mamwe is from the Sierra Leone People's Party. I know they respond to what you talk. Then they will therefore between the opposition and the new one. We can discuss that one about education. Yeah. I just want to make some few points about for one of the demands we make for review the school fees subsidies, especially for primary schools. Salmata, government will tell you per child, per term, for every primary beginning. That one is so disappointing and ridiculous. Because the same children at the secondary schools, when they give 50 or 60 loans, the same problem at the primary school, the same problem at the secondary schools. So when we don't put one demand, say them for increase the fees subsidy for primary schools. Some schools and they receive 1,000 loans per term based on the number of people they get. So they receive 2,000, 3,000. So the primary schools are greatly disadvantaged about school fees subsidy. But the reason why they bring that fan forward now, but the one that they backlog themselves in the struggle for PR, how they will increase for primary schools. That one the minister get for look into that one and let them see how they will help them primary schools therefore let them go and go. He mentioned about WCC. See, we get Mr. Alpha Tingo, owner former secretary general of SLTU, then get the executive secretary, we set media education. Then one day they will be happy with they don't get an position. But what's in lacking here, some matter the political will for this commission to function effectively. This commission they don't form about 2 years back, up to now. And I want to tell Mr. Minister, see, this commission don't meet the stakeholders, they don't get consultation meet with SLTU, the armed forces, the medical people, then a lot of people, they almost done them consultations. One of the things we get for demand to government, not the minister now, we get for write letter to His Excellency the President. Now it's far overdue. This commission has to function effectively to harmonize the salaries of teachers. Understand? So that then people don't appoint Alpha Tingo and others, let them work effectively. Understand? So there's no political will about the WCC. So now they will get for right and SLT will take the bull by the horn for spearhead that campaign day that this time around this commission for work.
Okay. You
Then,
also you don't also relax on our mind if the minister say by the commitment and the other issue that we mentioned, the people say they will begin the processing this week.
Yeah.
And they also don't.
That is what I said. You get have maximum respect for him. You know, say correct, but would say for good. I said earlier on the good Minister of Finance. Understand? Say thank God the minister don't put him and say the finance secretary or that still don't get the assurance. And that message you say they can go to that. Yeah, for see do a little fast track. It talk about global challenges, about salaries all over the world. We know there's global challenges. Understand? Now make we say the teacher for this nation. Then say the any country in progress ones lies on the quality of that teacher. If that teacher in condition of service not improve, that beginning will affect them tomorrow and will get a better people in this country. So therefore, I want to say this. I want to come back to the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. They don't receive a letter. And I believe the minister is there. After this meeting, they will try for call them, let them see. They not even call themselves. We are not so fussy about the Vice President calling us. Let them act and pay the school fees subsidies.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Minister,
I think
this
two
message
messages
for you. This one they come up from Mr. Mose Suma. He say why the delay for the distribution of school subsidies? And one we ask the other one, he say what the ministry don't do or what they don't put in place for visually impaired Beke people and other physically challenged people able for take Beke exam across the country.
Okay, and just quickly, I just want to just go back a little bit. I want to just make sure the public understand that we are possibly recognize and respect teachers. If we look at even the salary negotiation, they will get the last term, and mainly the government side in the negotiation. And so even that 45%, I'll be very instrumental in making sure that teachers then get that. For me, I still believe that the best bet then gets that through the Wages and Compensation Commission, because it's more strategic and in new view. But the other thing that I also want to just say about this, because the question you will ask Sama is that we constantly come back with the argue and with the best way of solving this problem is making sure that the monies we get within that 22% will be used effectively and efficiently. Why don't you call out and talk about pupil headcount?
Yes.
And because they
But the
know
boss is saying that they overbloat and so that so will pay the money in corruption.
well, this is exactly the
Yeah.
case. So if you, I don't know if you see some clip they go around, the unannounced visits they will make to schools.
Yeah.
Therefore, just make sure say we compare the register plus waiting they claim and waiting they find are two different things. So you know say that bloating they take place and the ministry they take decisive action on that. You know say I don't kind of how we can talk about duplication at the exam system. And I tell you, minimum calculation of the duplication will be get for 2026. Say it worth about $3.2 million. Now, if we able close that gap there, then they can pay subsidies completely. But let me also just say another thing. Mr. Kuyate talk about primary schools and saying only 10 loans per pupil nowadays. That is not accurate. I want for again just make sure so the public understand. Whilst primary school then gets 10 loans per pupil, the government through performance-based financing be the give primary school a complementary amount. We don't spend $19 million on them performance-based financing. And one of the things that we look at now in terms of reviewing this is to see how they bring them to the day together for make sure we get more effective system. The last thing, you talk about two other things this law. One, now waiting at the provisions that would make for becoming visually impaired. Now let me just start off by the first step in all of that, the school get for declare to WAEC that they begin a visually impaired. Once the school declared Andy, WAEC can make the provisions by making sure that the questions could be in Braille and then give them the opportunity to answer in Braille. And they also get specific centers there. So the blind school also they help with as a center, but I know that with Beckett and PO then they use. So they get specific reasonable adjustments that we then make for them for make sure their needs then be met.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Menz. Yes, ma'am, quickly.
Yes.
Somebody else.
So for we, one layer we supported and continue for the rest assured that the SLPP will give them the next flag bearer will eventually be the next president of Salon. We will continue for work with stakeholders and we will continue for consult with the leader of the party for make sure we get the best candidate who will give them for 2028 and we will eventually win the election.
All right, thank you for get you. Let me get to the police head program.